There's this huge obsession with the early 2000s right now. Y2K fashion, McBling, all of that. And don't get me wrong, it was an iconic era in its own way. But let's not act like that era wasn't also unhinged. Because behind the nostalgia, there was intense public body shaming, paparazzi harassment, women being torn apart for existing, a level of media cruelty that would get cancelled in seconds today, zero boundaries, and now it's being repackaged as an aesthetic. Hello beautiful people, my name is Capable and welcome to the Girl Let's Chat series, the safe space where we unpack the madness of the internet, the trends, the delusions, the who approved this moments? Because TikTok will have you thinking this is normal and I'm here to say, is it though? Anyways, girl, let's chat about the madness of the early 2000s. Early 2000s reality TV was actually insane, okay? Like producers were really testing how far they could go. You had shows like The Swan, where women were put through extreme plastic surgery and then judged on their before and after like a competition. Imagine that happening today. Cancelled immediately. Then there was Joe Millionaire, a whole show built on lying to women just to see if the woman preferred love or money. Bruh. Oh, and we can't forget Kids Nation, because why were 40 children basically left alone to run a town? And it literally got shut down over child labor concerns. And let's not forget, there's something about Miriam, which turned someone's identity into a plot twist. That alone just tells you how little sensitivity there was back then. Even shows like Yo Mama on MTV, the entire concept was just publicly insulting people for entertainment. It felt like the survival of the most entertaining, not the most ethical. And I think what we can learn from that is how much boundaries actually matter. Because back then there were barely any. Now let's talk about how celebrities were treated. The early 2000s paparazzi culture was actually ruthless. Women in particular were targeted, followed, harassed, photographed at their lowest moments, and then mocked for it. Think about how many times we've seen clips of celebrities clearly going through something and it was turned into entertainment. Even reality shows like the Anna Nicole show aired moments where she was clearly not okay, and some people laughed at that. What was really scary was that, remember back then, celebrities didn't really have social media to defend themselves. The narrative was completely controlled by the tabloids, which meant if the media decided that you were crazy or out of control, that was your identity. Compare that to now where conversations around mental health are way more open and people are just way more aware of boundaries. But at the same time, I personally feel that social media has kind of become like the new paparazzi. It's like we've replaced tabloids with TikTok comment sections because those comment sections are brutal. So the question is, did we really change or did the format just evolve? Okay, let's pick one show, America's Next Top Model. At that time, it was iconic. Even I was watching. Everyone was watching. But looking back now, some of those moments were actually shocking. Like contestants being pressured to change their physical features, closing tooth gaps, cutting their hair, completely transforming their identity for the brand. Or those controversial photo shoots where models were made to switch races, which today would be called out immediately. And imagine that being posted today. The comments would be brutal. Why are they forcing unrealistic beauty standards? This is actually so damaging. How was this allowed? And honestly, those are valid questions because it shows how normalized certain things were back then that we would never accept. So when we look back at the early 2000s, yes, the fashion was fun, the vibes were chaotic, but it was also a time where people's feelings, boundaries, and identities weren't really respected. And I think that's the biggest takeaway. We've grown, maybe not perfectly, but there is more awareness now, more empathy, more accountability. We question things more and that matters, okay? Because trends will always come back, fashion, aesthetics, all of that. But we don't have to bring back the mindsets that came with it. You can love Y2K fashion without buying into the toxic standards that came with that era. And yes, my intro was a little bit dramatic. I had to get your attention somehow. But the point still stands. The style was iconic. The culture around it, not always. By the way, make sure to check out my fashion guide, Shop Your Closet. It just helps you build outfits with what you already have. So let me know in the comments. Do you think we've actually grown as a society or did we just rebrand the same problems in a different way? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a like and make sure to subscribe for some different types of videos every week because we don't stick to the same videos here. I get bored easily.